for the funeral as soon as it happened, just because.
What?
But don't tell me that I'm not allowed to have an opinion.
What do riding bikes got to do with rap?
Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean a real thing. Look at me.
We listen.
Don't be looking at the guy sitting next to
I'm
you.
hot. I'm hot. Y'all playing. I'm hot.
Oh, wow. Here we go.
I'm hot, Adam.
Adam22 has built his empire by literally chasing every taboo the internet would let him touch.
You give me pack number 2.
Stop tweaking with me, gang.
We be smoking on Rich.
Stop tweaking with me, gang.
I'm not tweaking. You
Hey, look. I'm
He's smoking up the.
ain't even gone yet. We already smoking on you.
Oh my, stop tweaking with me, gang. Stop tweaking with me, bro.
I'm scared.
From BMX rider to underground hip-hop tastemaker,
Stop talking.
I'm a podcaster. Why the would I stop talking?
Stop talking. That's your problem.
Why would I stop talking when I'm a
Most you gonna do
podcaster?
is hit the table. You would hit the table. But
All
you
you're
wouldn't hit
doing
me.
is sitting here yapping.
so look.
By doing boxing matches with cavemen who want to
He's
act
scared,
tough
man.
instead of
Cavemen.
doing a
Now
podcast.
he racist.
I'm not a boxer.
Now his racistness coming
Oh,
out.
and now you're going to play the race
You
card.
talking about cavemen? You racist, man.
I'm describing your brain,
You weird.
not your race.
You weird.
I'm going to ask you to leave.
That's cool. I'll leave. But I'm telling you, you
I don't care.
a your ass.
Handsome guy. You handsome guy.
Sure.
I'm gonna get up out of here. Don't touch me though. But
Yeah,
listen,
you're going to have
Handsome guy.
you're going to have to go.
I bet you y'all he
to media mogul and eventually an adult industry provocateur. The story of Adam22 is as crazy as the internet era that made him famous. Although he started as a small-town kid from New Hampshire with a restless streak who had to hustle his way through bike culture before creating No Jumper, Adam was addicted to controversy and willing to gamble everything for attention.
Coolest podcast in the world. Today we're here with...
XXX Tentacion.
See, I'm making you say your own name because I've been looking at it online for the past few months and I didn't really know how to say it. But hey man, it's nice to have you in the studio.
I appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
Fans watched as he shifted from intimate conversations with artists like the late XXX Tentacion to explicit on-camera escapades with his wife, Lena the Plug. He went as far as inviting cameras into his most private moments, promoting his wife's explicit scenes, and even going as far as staging a public hunt for her next on-screen partner, and then trolling fans with a fake coming-out stunt. They watched him juggle gang-affiliated guests, fend off lawsuits, and stare down FBA subpoenas. They watched him shrug off crypto scam accusations even as furious fans counted their losses. Money poured in and just as quickly vanished. There were armed robberies and a multi-million-dollar expansion that collapsed into layoffs and desperate pleas for donations.
We hired a whole bunch of editors and other employees, and we bought a huge office building that cost us almost $4 million, thinking that the growth that we were experiencing during the pandemic was going to continue. And unfortunately, that did not happen. Our YouTube numbers, which had doubled or even tripled, gradually returned to normal.
This is the rise and unraveling of a man who made spectacle his business model. Adam Grandmason, who the world would later know as Adam22, grew up in the stillness of a small New Hampshire town. His childhood was defined less by noise than by the quiet persistence of curiosity. Long winters and a limited local scene left plenty of space for obsessions to take root, and for Adam, that obsession became BMX. By his early teens, he was spending hours riding, fixing, and talking about bikes, drawn probably to the freedom and subtle rebellion of the culture. What began as weekend rides soon evolved into a fixation on documenting and connecting with other riders. Before long, he launched the Come Up, a BMX website that became a hub for the sport's edgier underground. Adam had a knack for spotting what would draw clicks like raw crash footage, daring stunts, and candid rider interviews, and his site built a loyal audience far beyond New England. One thing to note is that the Come Up wasn't just a message board, it was a proving ground, where rivalries and opinions thrived, giving Adam an early education in how controversy could fuel growth. He courted it carefully, poking at industry norms and occasionally sparking small-scale feuds that only amplified his presence online.
Knows the bar.
You know what I really hate? What I really hate? You see someone doing a manual, and then they 180 the regular way. It's like do a switch. Like I didn't press the
That's all
YouTube button. I didn't press play for nothing.
That's all I know.
Yeah, right? Oh, well, yeah.
But the BMX world, while thrilling, began to feel small. Adam wanted a bigger canvas. He relocated to Los Angeles, a city that matched his appetite for risk and reinvention. In LA's sprawling creative ecosystem, he experimented restlessly, running streetwear pop-ups, throwing small events, and testing the waters with early podcasts recorded in cramped apartments or borrowed spaces. These sessions were loose and experimental and revealed a new fascination taking hold.
Let's talk some more. We got some more to talk about.
Well, what else do you feel like you need to cover that hasn't been covered already here?
No, even though my Instagram been deleted, I've been on Twitter.
Well, that's good.
Around him, a new kind of hip-hop that was unpolished was bubbling up on SoundCloud. Adam was captivated, so he started seeking out little-known artists and inviting them into his improvised studio. Long before the mainstream recognized the movement, he was sitting across from the kids shaping its sound. Rappers with face tattoos and songs recorded in bedrooms, eager to talk to anyone who would listen. What began as a side project to his BMX empire was quietly transforming into something bigger. These years of restless hustle laid the foundation for everything Adam22 would become. They taught him how to grab attention, how to keep a conversation, and how to turn subculture into a thing people would care about. By 2015, Adam22 was ready to take BMX spokes for studio microphones. Sensing a cultural shift, he pivoted from the come-up toward a new project that captured his growing fascination with underground hip-hop. He called it No Jumper, a name borrowed from a Gucci Mane lyric. And with that, began recording long-form conversations with the rappers who were electrifying SoundCloud's growing scene.
This dude got one of the most different flows I heard in a minute.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And ever since then, I was like, man, we got to get him in here.
That's Lord.
Yeah. So
what video that was?
It was just one of the crazy story ones. You know, I just hadn't really heard the flow at that time, and I was just very taken aback. I'm sure you have that experience with people a lot of times. Like, how do you explain that flow in particular that kind of helped you blow up?
Gang, I don't know how to explain it. Just that's like my flow. That's the flow I make when I don't got no beat. You see what I'm saying? Because I made that song. I wrote it without no beat. I made the song on a bus on my way to Chicago from Atlanta.
The early days were mostly improvised. Adam recorded in small, dimly lit spaces, sometimes apartments, sometimes borrowed studios, inviting artists who were barely known beyond their hometowns. But he had a gift for spotting raw potential. In 2016, he landed a breakthrough interview with a young Florida rapper named XXXTentacion, just as X's dark, aggressive tracks were starting to explode online. That episode became a huge moment, introducing millions to an artist who would go on to define a generation of internet rap. Other soon-to-be legends followed. Lil Peep, with his melancholy blend of emo and trap.
All right, No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world, and this is the motherfucking Schema episode. I got Jay Green right across from me, Lil Peep to the left of me, and Ghostman to the diagonal left of me. What's going on, guys?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Chillin', man. What's going on?
Oh, not much. I'm a fan of you guys' music. I'm a fan of the movement. You guys are coming up heavy out of the underground, scary as fuck.
And he was followed quickly by a revolving door of SoundCloud innovators who trusted Adam to give them a platform before the mainstream came calling.
And Red 4X. Is it Red 4X or Red 4 times? I don't know exactly how to say this.
So I linked up with Kodak Black, and what they call, he said he initiated me in Sniper Gang, so he had changed my whole thing to Kodiak Red. So I'm not even Red 4X anymore.
So, because I saw the new music video, it says Kodiak Red.
These conversations were loose, intimate, and sometimes chaotic, but a really refreshing contrast to traditional radio or TV interviews. By late 2016 and into 2017, No Jumper was pulling 500,000 to over 1 million views per episode, a crazy leap from Adam's BMX days. Fans and critics alike began calling No Jumper the CNN of the underground, crediting Adam with giving a voice to a young, edgy generation of artists that traditional media ignored. He wasn't just covering a scene, but was also helping to create it. His instinct for viral moments and his willingness to let guests speak unfiltered turned the channel into a place where fans felt they were witnessing history in real time. And with success came expansion. Adam opened a Melrose Avenue store and studio in Los Angeles, transforming No Jumper from a simple podcast into a physical hub for the culture. The space doubled as a retail shop for branded merch and a recording studio for interviews and live streams. He hired a growing team of co-hosts, editors, and producers, building out a network that could churn out content across YouTube, Instagram, and emerging platforms like Snapchat.
Studios right here on the left. Got a nice little space over here, fully insulated, sound-wise and everything. And then this is going to be the set where we actually do most of the weekly live podcasts. All the different shows at the end of the day, No Jumper Show, etc. will be right here.
Live shows and touring events followed, blending music, fashion, and podcasting into a hybrid entertainment experience. Merchandise drops sold out quickly, feeding a sense of exclusivity and community around the brand. By the end of 2017, Adam22 had firmly established himself as a tastemaker and gatekeeper, the rare interviewer whose platform could transform an unknown SoundCloud rapper into a star overnight. However, as No Jumper's profile rose, so did Adam22's appetite for provocation. What began as a laid-back interview show increasingly revolved around inflammatory questions and edgy jokes, a style that blurred the line between journalist and instigator. Adam prided himself on being unfiltered, but his approach often left guests and viewers wondering if he was sometimes courting chaos for clicks.
Vaughn's family and
Oh, you talking about the management?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to tap in with her.
I think Vaughn's mom was annoyed by me because I asked her if she was his mom or his sister.
Maybe she should have took that as a compliment.
I should have known. She didn't look like she took it as a compliment. She looked like she was
I ain't
annoyed.
even gonna lie for you. You be saying some dumb bro. I ain't on King David, for you be saying some dumb What the
I'll be honest, I was on like 2 hours sleep. I didn't know. Yes. Fuck, that's what I'm saying.
Gang, like on BD, keep that to yourself, folks.
No, I shouldn't have. But it was like I really didn't know.
You're right. I was
confused.
Question.
Like,
was he alive?
I'm listening.
Oh, he was already passed.
Yeah.
Adam's outsider roots in New Hampshire and the BMX world clashed with the deeply black urban culture he now covered. While he positioned himself as a bridge between worlds, critics accused him of exploiting hip-hop's pain and conflict to grow his own brand. Interviews sometimes veered into tasteless territory, offhand comments about grieving mothers, relentless questions about street beefs, and jokes that seemed designed to push boundaries rather than seek truth. The tension between his white middle-class background and the culture he monetized became a running criticism, one he often met with smirks or dismissive retorts.
Like, was he alive?
I'm listening.
Oh, he was already passed.
Yeah.
Oh, BD, I could be saying, I ain't even saying about your wife, though. I'm cooling right now, for like, I could be on there with your wife, for my homie. You trending everywhere, for you let how you like.
You said you could be on it with my wife?
I could be on there with her, like real live.
On
going
where?
on her.
Huh?
Going on her, for on my dead homies, for on BD, for. I was never going back home after she ate her own. For them, like.
Oh, you feel some type of way about the situation?
It's a thing.
What you mean? It's a thing.
So you'll never let your crammed on camera?
Hell no, for we
end up on this. I was just asking you a regular question.
He said stop playing with me because
you just be saying some random crazy.
No, what was that? What was the random part?
Tell me, I asked mom, do she like? Is that his sister? All type.
The volatility wasn't confined to words. In 2017, a gunman interrupted a No Jumper live stream, pointing a weapon at Adam during an interview after an earlier altercation with a SoundCloud rapper from Los Angeles, who claimed that he was promised an interview on No Jumper.
This is my issue. Is
You guys acting. You don't talk.
honestly gonna not do that.
Please.
Quick action by an armed employee ended the attempted robbery, but the footage that had Adam ducking as a pistol entered the frame cemented the show's reputation as unpredictable and dangerous.
We're gonna say no.
Wow, Adam, big
There we go.
People tried to claim that it was staged for the clout, pointing to the fact that Adam had a smile during what was supposed to be a robbery. But Adam, during an interview later on, explains how it all unfolded. He said that one of his podcast guests went outside to get the food that they all ordered, and after coming in, the door was left open for a few seconds. This gave the rapper that was there earlier to complain about not getting his interview a chance to sneak in with a gun. He took this chance and went straight to Adam, trying to rob him. But the whole scuffle quickly mellowed as security intervened.
To get the delivery for everybody, we still did interviews in the back of the store at this time. Now we got a new space. But as he's coming in, the door is unlocked for a couple seconds, and this employee has a gun on him. So somehow in this couple seconds where the door is unlocked, this dude was apparently just lurking in the back of the store, hiding behind one of the cars or whatever, and he slips through the door and, you know, puts in my face, and I think he said, give me all your mother, and then he said, like, do you want to die? Like that, and like, almost within seconds of me like sort of processing this and like realizing, you know, and you're doing this weird dance where you're trying to bat the gun out of your face, like as if that's gonna change anything if you choose to fire it. And then right behind him, I see my guy with a gun out at this guy's head. So, I mean, this is like the emotions that I'm going through. It's like, I'm gonna die, but maybe this is just...
In later years, confrontations became almost routine. Chicago rapper Famous Richard erupted after Adam made an offhand remark about King Von's mother, threatening him on air and mocking the now infamous incident in which Adam allowed another man to film adult content with his wife.
Like,
was he alive?
I'm listening.
Oh, he was already passed.
Oh, BD, I could be saying, I ain't even saying about your wife, though. I'm cooling right now, for like, I could be on there with your wife, for my homie. You trending everywhere, for you let your, how you, like.
You said you could be on it with my wife?
I could be on there with her, like, real live.
On where?
Going on her.
Huh?
Going on her, for on my dead homies, for on BD, for. I was never going back home after she ate her own, for them, like.
Oh, you feel some type of way about the situation?
It's a thing.
What you mean it's a thing?
So you'll never let your crammed on camera?
Hell no, for we
end up on this. I was just asking you a regular question.
He said stop playing with me because
you just be saying some random crazy.
No, what was that? What was the random part?
Tell me, I asked mom, do she like, is that his sister, all type?
Ruger confronted Adam for joking about FBG Duck's mother and a friend's fatal shooting, warning him to stop playing with street politics.
Okay.
My thing is with you, man. Like even where we went bad at, the moment I did my interview with you, I talked to you before the cameras was even rolling. I said I ain't even want to talk about that billionaire. The thing, you on here playing with folks' mama, like Duck mama, bro. Like, I don't give a how much you playing. Don't play with folks' OG.
I think that was a mutual thing. Her and I had this little flirtatious joke thing going. I mean, have you seen the interview? She's around with me like that, calling me handsome and all that too. It's not just like you remember that day? We could not believe the way she was flirting with me.
At the end of the day, another thing, you play with Wooski, bro. Like, just hit me out.
We talk.
I don't care if y'all talk. That ain't that. I got a personal problem with it because it's the principle of you playing with him about him getting shot in the head. That ain't no joke. Do you know that was at my best friend's funeral?
Yeah.
Do you know that? This is what I'm telling you. At the end of the day, if I ask you that type of shit, you ain't really willing to even just fight, don't stop egging it on, gang. Like, if you ain't literally just willing to fight.
Why do you think that? Why do I need to be on board with fighting? Like, I've never said I was a boxer. I'm not even, why do I need to be a boxer all of a sudden?
When you got on that internet, you said Ruger acting like a them fighting words to me. We don't play about that shit. Now, I could come in here and really get on boo. You see what I'm saying? We don't play about certain, and you gotta understand when you step in that field, you gotta accept everything that come with it. Ain't no, I just wanna turn this button off now. Now I wanna turn this button off. I don't wanna do this, but nah.
It got heated quickly, and Adam's security detail was forced to step in and try to remove Ruger out of the room.
Podcast and talk to me like this when you're obviously not gonna do. Yeah.
Listen,
you're gonna have to leave if you want to keep talking tough, because nobody is interested in hearing you talk like that.
He wanna leave because he's scared.
Let's
It's
bring
what
it-
they do
you
when they
gotta
scared.
do something if you want me to take you serious. Let's bring it back in a little
Listen,
bit.
let me talk to you.
All right, for sure.
You're gonna have to be polite if you want to stay on this podcast.
Listen,
Can we
I don't give
talk?
a this podcast.
Nah, hold on.
Then why'd you beg to come on here?
To be honest, I really wanted to come here and beat you.
Yeah, but you're not.
You want to go box? Let's go get y'all face.
Man,
Again,
we ain't
I
doing
don't
all that,
want to
bro.
box.
All right, listen.
Off my word.
Because listen, hold on.
I can have you removed right now. Do you want to go?
I know.
You want to go wait outside?
Listen, but my son, listen to me.
Me and you
If
shot
have
it up,
me
bro.
removed,
Like, off
gang,
the strength
I'm
of.
gonna leave out this like a man.
That's
what
cool.
I'm gonna do.
Right. Or you can
That ain't
sit
gonna
here and
move
talk
me.
like a man.
You got the police in here.
In another incident, FBG Maine grew visibly angry when Adam peppered him with questions about gang rivalries while he was promoting a Stop the Violence movement, repeatedly demanding, "Why am I here?" as the temperature in the room spiked.
As long as we pushing peace, do we? Oh yeah, so
Yeah,
that's,
let's push peace in their direction.
that's mandatory, man. I've been seeing these type of whoops, like I say, Billy a little older, so I just want bro to fall back off them type of whoops because we supposed to be setting an example for the younger generation. So in my opinion, we can't be whooping like that for too long. Like all of us is familiar with the Bloodhound Lil Jeff story, may he rest in peace. And all of us is familiar with the Richie Jerk story, may he rest in peace. So Billionaire Black lost a blood brother to this, as well as Q50 lost a blood brother to this, or is that his cousin? Either way it go, these two men that lost family members, close family members to them, because you could be so close, see Goofy at, and in the beginning and try to put an end to it before you get too serious. What I just say, Adam?
I don't know. It was kind of long.
Why am I here, Remo? Why am I here, Remo?
I got you.
Why am I here? Do I got a bug?
What about
There-
Scrooge?
Why am I
There
here?
it
Stop
is.
disrespecting me on this platform.
Hey, what about Scrooge G though? You think you can stop?
Hold the whoop chain, folks. Hold the whoop chain, folks. They playing. Do I gotta come out this hoodie? Do I gotta come out this raw hoodie, Adam? Do I gotta come out this raw hoodie? I'm hot. Y'all playing. I'm hot.
Oh, wow.
I'm
There
hot.
we go.
I'm hot, Adam.
Oh, wow.
I'm hot.
Other moments were equally tense. King Yella bristled when Adam casually mixed his name into ongoing gang disputes, warning that any violence at the No Jumper studio would fall on Adam personally.
You have conflict interest with people. You study saying that somebody come right here and get hurt at your shit, that shit gonna fall on you. This is your shit.
That's why we have armed security, to try to avoid those types of
It
situations.
doesn't avoid it if you saying what you saying right now.
What am I saying?
Look what you saying. You talking about, then you just said, me worried about who? If I'm worried about somebody, I ain't going nowhere.
I'm just sensing the anxiety. I was
And
just trying
I'm
to
letting
pinpoint
you
where it's coming from.
I'm letting you know I'm not worried about shit.
All right.
I'm really worried about you study playing with my name.
But I think
listen,
you're trying to put it on me playing with your name when in
You
reality,
steady calling
you
and
are a
saying
topic
my-
of conversation,
No.
and a lot of people
No,
bring you up.
all
It's not
these
like I'm the one
all
always
these
bringing you up.
Longtime co-host Almighty Suspect exploded during an argument over Adam's knowledge of hip-hop culture, accusing him of profiting from a world he could never fully understand.
Talking about, bro? What are you talking about? You was a spectator riding bikes.
See?
You start
See?
interviewing hip
He's
hop.
doing it again. He's doing it again.
I mean,
He's
go
doing it
ahead.
again. Playing the
From
victim.
what I was actually
You're playing the
involved in.
victim.
That's not a victim. I'm saying you're trying to diminish what I was involved in by calling it poetry lounges. That's like for the equivalent.
How
of
are
calling
you
me
not
saying,
diminishing
oh,
what
y'all
I'm
be in that
involved
little
in?
parks. You had
See,
little
look,
parks
he's
and
playing the
hood days,
victim.
But you know more
You're
about
playing
because
the
I was
victim
reading books
because
on
you
your hood.
started
That's what
diminishing
he's
my
saying.
life
You get what I'm
experience
saying?
before me.
You was
Why
at
are you
little
talking to him?
parks and
Talk
hood
to me.
days,
Talk to
so
me.
you don't know more about
Don't
the
talk
gang
to
banging
him.
than
Talk
me
to
'cause I
me.
wrote a book.
Talk to me. Don't
I'm
talk
not
to him.
I don't need to.
That's
You and Mike.
Don't be looking at him when you could be looking at me. Look at me.
Oh yeah, cause we listen.
If you want to argue, look at me.
We listen.
Don't be looking at the guy sitting next to
Sus,
me.
where you going, cuz? Sus.
Even veteran co-host Lil House Phonak, who was a close friend, confronted Adam live for airing a salacious story about him and a trans woman, saying the betrayal drove his family to fear for his mental health.
40,000 views,
But do you really
50,000
think
views,
that?
bro.
You really think that?
Bro,
Like, you actually
permanently altered my life. Do you,
you
understand
saw
that?
those text messages
You
and you really
permanently
believe that I did
altered-
that to you on purpose.
I don't believe that you did it on purpose. You handled it poorly afterwards. You didn't hear the sincerity in my voice. You didn't hear the worrisomeness in my voice.
I did, and that's
feel like
why
you-
I told them to delete it.
you would have deleted the whole interview. It's all I wish afterwards.
Well, I can't
had
predict
to talk
the
to
future,
my
dude.
sister about this shit.
I know, and
my
you know how much that bothers me?
My sister has nothing to do with any of this, bro.
I agree.
She had to call me because my other family members was worried that I was gonna commit suicide, Adam. If you did it on purpose or not. You keep trying to clear your name. You keep trying to put on other people. You're so, bro.
But how can I
You're
sit
so,
here?
you couldn't sit here and talk to me like this last week. Apology you gave when you're on the news. You're talking about, yeah, he's been going through the mom. He's been going through the hell. You talking about the person that raised me, that birthed me, my best friend that died? Oh, he's been going through the mom.
But are you actually acting like I have some kind of disrespect for your mom when
You're respectful as
I paid for the
First of all-
funeral as soon as it happened just because.
Each clash drew massive views, reinforcing the perception that drama had become a business model for Adam. The friction extended well past the No Jumper set. In one episode featuring OG rapper Soulja Boy, the vibe was a tense and almost heated setting, and Soulja Boy gave Adam a stern look that forced him to act straight.
I feel like you have the maturity now as an adult that you could have a young, hot, new rapper to actually like disrespect you in some way, and you'd be able to actually take a step back and be like, all right, I'm not gonna tweak out on him. I'm gonna try to come at him from a different place.
Nah, ain't nobody finna disrespect me.
And much later after his appearance, Soulja Boy went live and fumed about how he felt about Adam and his show, claiming that he was strapped and ready the last time he saw them in LA.
It's a whole nother story, right? That's what I'm saying. Stop saying my name, boy. I don't know y'all, boy. Man, I'm not the one to play with. It's not slapping on God. I air this around on God. You talking about slap what? I had a big 30 on my that day you seen me. You would have reached your hand out, I would have shot that whole.
Later, he even went as far as warning Adam to stop mentioning his name and clearly stating where he stands with him.
Yo, Adam22 user, DJ Vlad user, Sean Cotton user, say cheese, y'all some. Yo, y'all. I got the #1 interview on y'all platform, all three of y'all. I'm talking about. Don't get mad because I don't want to do no interview.
Russ took things further. After Adam mocked him on air, Russ and his crew reportedly caught Adam at a Los Angeles nail salon and assaulted him, a story Adam later recounted on the show. Adam narrates that he was out at his former store and then went into a nail salon, and while getting his nails done, he heard someone yell out his name and he got sucker punched.
I was just like at the nail salon around the corner from my store at the time, and I remember it was some kind of like goth boy clique event or something like that.
Jesus, that sounds like a terrible thing.
So basically you have like a load of zanned out goth kids hanging out at the store, right? And so I dip off at one point. I go around the corner to the nail salon, and I'm getting my nails done, and I thought, I'm gonna put my hood up and I'm gonna face away from the door so that nobody can tell it's me. Not a great idea. Didn't see these guys coming, and then I just hear at one point, Adam22, pow, get punched in the side of the head, and I like fall down for a second. Like I think he hit me like one more time, and then I jump up, and by the time I jump up, they're out.
After Adam stepped out to discuss the matter online, Russ went on the Joe Budden podcast and addressed the issue.
Vlogger, but what did he have to do with that? Nothing with the smoke. Oh, yeah, got it. You were using your platform irresponsibly. Adam. Yeah, so got it. I don't live in a world where you're going, man. If you're talking about another grown man, you're using your platform. Like I said, you're mobilizing your army. You're using your platform to negatively throw stones at my castle. If you get confronted about it, whether it be me or anyone else, there should be zero surprise in your head. If there is a surprise that, oh my God, wait, there's ramifications for my actions? Yeah. Where were you raised?
These incidents fed a growing belief that Adam was a troll who played tough on camera while relying on armed security in real life. By the 2020s, controversy wasn't just an occupational hazard for Adam22, it was the product itself. Viewers tuned in as much for the blow-ups and threats as for the music discussions. Each confrontation, each headline-grabbing feud kept No Jumper in the algorithm, and Adam's reputation as hip-hop's most combustible interviewer only grew. It was working because it was making him money.
Real issue, you're worried about the fact that you know that YB and Namir has an interview after this.
I'm what? I'm what?
I feel like I'm sensing a little nervousness.
You got me
Worried about not me, it's crazy.
worried about anybody.
What started as an edgy hip-hop podcast evolved into something far more explicit when Adam married Lena Narcisian.
Majesty, Polo is exhausted because Majesty, only Polo, can take this and give you
a princess.
Together, they launched Plug Talk, a kind of hybrid interview and adult content series where conversations with adult performers ended with explicit scenes featuring Adam and Lena.
Probably think
I think it's so crazy. I think that like there's some scenes with like the really big dicks
Right.
that are harder than doing a DP with like two good-sized cocks.
Really?
Yeah.
So what's the biggest challenge you ever ran into in the porn world? You ever run into a dick that you're just like, I don't think I can, it's just not gonna happen?
I just did it just came out today. It was anal with Dread.
Dread. We hear about him a lot. He's got the scariest one in the game, huh?
The first time I saw it, I was like, what?
At first, the idea was pitched as a bold fusion of podcasting and adult entertainment, but it quickly became a defining feature of Adam's public identity. Rather than hiding his personal life, Adam embraced a public cuck persona, openly discussing and promoting Lena's on-camera encounters with other men. He described these scenes as a fun, consensual part of their marriage and an extension of their brand, often speaking about them with a tone that stunned many of his early fans.
Me and her were kind of having a conversation one day about if we would ever swing on camera, which swinging, for people who don't know, would probably be me and her plus another couple, a guy and a girl, and then we switch. And so we would be having with each other's partners on camera. We talked about that at one point, and we decided that we thought that it was a pretty decent idea. And I kind of like wrapped my head around it in the sense of like, you know what? I think that I have reached the level of emotional maturity that I could see another guy's going into you and I wouldn't be permanently scarred by it. Since, you know, the average guy, when you think about your wife or your girlfriend having sex with another dude, it creates, you know, a level of revulsion, I would assume, for the average guy. It's not something that you want to think about. But I decided that, you know, having been in the game for this long, that I was ready for us to take that step where she would be working with another guy. We're still going to do that swinging stuff, but I think that we decided that the thing that would probably...
In interviews, he admitted he didn't care what outsiders thought, claiming the revenue from OnlyFans eclipsed nearly every other income stream.
New stuff coming soon too that hopefully can help capitalize on all this. Yeah,
but he's getting a slice of your pie too?
No, it's mine.
No, yeah, I'm not.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Okay, because I talked to him this week and he said he's made between 80 and 100
Oh,
grand.
you're not Jason?
Yeah, Jason.
Oh, so we did like a content trade thing. So
okay, so he gets to sell it.
He can sell the scene as
He
well.
hasn't posted it yet.
I told him that I want to post it for the first week.
He told you they made 80 to 100 grand? That's very specific.
He did it. I saw him on his live. He said that he was making like 12 or 13K a day.
Wow.
I mean, because he got a ton of followers.
So that's just from whatever the word is.
I don't know.
Good for him.
But yeah.
Okay.
It's been good.
But he's not eating your pie.
No, that's fine.
Well.
What?
Okay. So, hey, good clause in the contract that you get a week before him, though. Good clause.
He was like, it's your first
That was
scene
Adam's
with
idea.
someone else. And
That
that
was
was my
not-
idea.
Soon, explicit content wasn't a side project, it was integrated into the wider No Jumper ecosystem. Clips of adult stars began appearing more frequently on the channel, and discussions of sex and porn blurred with music interviews, signaling a new direction for the brand.
What's like your craziest sex story? Craziest thing you ever did? Bloodiest thing?
Bloodiest thing.
What comes to mind?
Oh, I don't know. Nothing comes up on my mind.
1,000 dudes, man.
Party, no? Or guys just tell me they've seen you around.
But Adam's quest for attention didn't stop at Plug Talk. He seemed to treat shock as a marketing strategy, constantly pushing for bigger, stranger headlines. One of the most notorious stunts was the For the Love of Lena reality-style contest, a filmed competition to find a male performer to join Adam and Lena in their first boy-boy-girl threesome. This premise alone guaranteed that this was going to be a problem, because who publicly searches for another man to sleep with his wife while he watches?
Hi, I'm Lena the Plug. I am an adult creator.
My name is Adam22, and I co-own Plug Talk with my lovely wife. We interview a different girl every week.
And then we f them at the end. But we've only ever done it with other women.
So we've arranged this whole challenge to find the perfect guy to be our first ever boy-boy-girl threesome.
Cheers!
Elena, I came ready to f. You want to do a dance-off?
Oh yeah, I would love to see a dance-off.
You telling me this guy doesn't work?
Let me get in the room with her by herself.
You want to get down?
No.
Get down. We're going to get you out of the situation.
It's going to take us so long to get this approved on YouTube.
When that failed to create the viral explosion he hoped for, Adam escalated with a bizarre April Fool's I'm gay prank, dropping hints on social media with posts the day before and staging a fake phone call with an adult actor named Michael Dougherty during a podcast episode. He then posted a mock announcement on Instagram claiming he was about to shoot his first gay scene, complete with tongue-in-cheek thanks to his supposed partner. Eventually he admitted it was a hoax, even uploading a video titled "I Convinced the World That I'm Gay," bragging about how he had trolled the internet.
Today, I'm embarking on something new and exciting. I am going to be attempting to troll the world into believing that I am a homosexual. Now, the problem is, I am not a homosexual. In fact, I'm straight as an arrow. But I'm gonna fool the world, and it's gonna be hilarious. First step, today, I'm taking a photo with a gay corn star. That's right. I'm gonna go down the street and take a photo of myself walking the dog with Jack Doherty's gay porn star brother. And I'm gonna have somebody film it, and we're gonna leak the footage and try to get some kind of like news hype cycle going. Am I gonna regret this? It's possible, because a lot of people in hip hop, I don't know, they might just like disown me immediately as soon as they even get an inkling of this, but I'm gonna give it a shot.
These stunts were considered dumb and deliberately erased the boundary between personal intimacy and things that were for show, each designed to keep Adam in the headlines and his audience guessing how far he would go next. But above all this was said for the podcast because what had once been a music platform was now a non-stop carousel of actual theatrics and manufactured controversy. The reaction from No Jumper's core hip-hop audience was unforgiving. Longtime fans who had come for raw conversations with underground artists felt alienated, as the channel filled with OnlyFans creators and explicit discussions. The show's subreddit and YouTube comment sections overflowed with complaints that No Jumper had fallen off, that the interviews were an afterthought to an ever more salacious circus. For many viewers, Adam's pivot confirmed that degeneracy had become the brand itself, a calculated strategy to trade credibility for clicks, no matter the cost, to reputation or the culture that had built him. A few years before, during the pandemic years, it initially looked like a golden era for No Jumper. With live events canceled and millions of people stuck at home, online content consumption exploded. Adam22's steady output of podcasts, live streams, and adult content tie-ins brought an ad revenue surge across YouTube, Snapchat, and Facebook, convincing him the growth was permanent. Confident that the upward trend would never slow, he made an ambitious and ultimately reckless decision to transform No Jumper from a scrappy studio operation into a full-scale media company.
Here we are, the new space. Checking it out. First time I've seen it since I started working on it. So we have this whole space here that we're still just kind of getting going on. And this is probably the most ambitious construction we've done on the whole thing. We're building a load of walls. We're gonna have studios right here on the left. We got a nice little space over here, fully insulated, sound-wise and everything. And then this is gonna be the set where we actually do most of the weekly live pod.
Flush with cash, Adam purchased a huge Los Angeles warehouse for roughly $4 million, envisioned a combined headquarters, production hub, and merchandising space. At the same time, he expanded his payroll, hiring a large team of editors, producers, and on-air personalities to pump out ever more content. The plan was to dominate every platform, with multiple YouTube channels, daily live streams, constant social clips, and he assumed the pandemic's extraordinary viewership numbers would continue indefinitely. Reality arrived as restrictions eased. By late 2021 and into 2022, YouTube and Snapchat metrics returned to pre-pandemic norms, and the once lucrative Facebook revenue collapsed by more than 80%. The towering overhead Adam had taken on, like the massive mortgage payments, a growing staff, and high production cost, suddenly outstripped the business's shrinking income. What had looked like aggressive scaling was now a financial liability.
Let's start here. We expanded too much during COVID at just about the exact moment that our revenue streams all took a hit. We hired a whole bunch of editors and other employees, and we bought a huge office building that cost us almost $4 million, thinking that the growth that we were experiencing during the pandemic was going to continue. And unfortunately, that did not happen. Our YouTube numbers, which had doubled or even tripled, gradually returned to normal. Our Snapchat and Facebook numbers, which had exploded during COVID, sometimes even hitting 6 figures a month, shrank by about 80% or more. Our Patreon, which was absolutely killing it for a year or two when we were doing uncensored, aka nude interviews with up-and-coming superstars like Kazumi and Sky Bree, fell off quite a bit with the launch of Plug Talk.
Layoffs began quietly, cutting into the team that had helped make No Jumper prolific. The Melrose Avenue retail storefront, once a physical symbol of the brand's dominance, was shuttered. Its promise of a permanent cultural foothold in Los Angeles replaced by the hard math of monthly expenses. Just as Adam22 was trying to steady No Jumper after the post-pandemic slowdown, a series of sudden hits drove the brand deeper into crisis. The first was the abrupt loss of the flagship No Jumper Instagram account, a page that had taken nearly a decade to build and had become a crucial revenue stream through sponsored posts and brand partnerships. One day it was simply gone. No warning, no clear explanation, and no luck recovering it, despite Adam's frantic attempts and outreach to every Instagram recovery guy he could find. The disappearance instantly wiped out a dependable flow of cash and cut off a primary channel for promoting new shows and merchandise.
In addition to that, you might recall that the channel took quite a hit when approximately 8 of our hosts left the platform in March of 2023. Although we've definitely largely recovered and managed to build up a very healthy roster of talent since then, that certainly took a toll on our business for a while as well. All that stuff hurt the business, but we were still solidly profitable. That is, until the last few months, where we experienced 2 major L's that we never could have seen coming. First, we lost the No Jumper Instagram. After almost 10 years of building it up and essentially no strikes on our account, we got taken down one day and we still have absolutely no idea why. We've had no luck getting it back despite being in contact with what seems like every Instagram recovery guy on the face of the planet. We were bringing in a very solid amount of cash monthly that was keeping us afloat via selling sponsored posts on the account, and that mostly vanished overnight. And while we've been growing the new No Jumper LA account up ever since and managing to sell sponsored collab posts using my Instagram,
almost simultaneously, the company was dragged into a costly lawsuit filed by a former employee. Adam publicly dismissed the allegations as baseless and even called the case essentially an extortion attempt. But that didn't stop the legal fees from mounting. Each step of the process drained resources, with estimates of hundreds of thousands of dollars required just to defend the claim and see it through to completion. The combination of a sudden revenue blackout and an expensive court battle threatened the fragile balance sheets Adam had been trying to stabilize. By early 2025, the financial strain could no longer stay behind the scenes. Adam released a video bluntly titled, "No Jumper is Going Broke," in which he spoke directly to viewers about the company's struggles. He explained the revenue decline, the vanished Instagram account, the ballooning legal cost, and the need to downsize staff and sell the massive warehouse he had purchased during the boom.
So there's something that I've been hiding from you guys. No Jumper is going broke. I know that might sound crazy. Between both of our YouTube channels last month, we got over 25 million views. We're doing well on Facebook and Snapchat. We employ quite a few.
Then he pivoted to a solution: fan memberships. He outlined a $5 per month tier with perks like uncensored interviews and members-only chats, and a premium $100 tier that included having a supporter's name added to the end of every video, plus monthly feedback on music submissions.
Instagram posts, in the long run, that stuff is super helpful. Cheap. We are really trying to get serious about embracing our members here on YouTube. For $5 a month, we've got a ton of awesome benefits, including being able to watch all of our interviews free of censorship and bleeped words before they're released to the public. members only chat for all of our live stream content, and we're just going to be prioritizing a lot of our most requested content and trying to do that live for members only. So for any of you who are down to spend $5 a month to help support the business, we're just going to try to keep adding more and more stuff to make that an easy decision for you guys who are down to support. And for those of you who have more money to spend, we're introducing a mega premium $100 tier to our memberships that will get your name added to the end of all our videos, and it will also get you consistent advice and opinions on your music submissions with one free submission per month and discounted additional songs. Basically, we're just trying to do as much as possible.
The appeal was intended to rally the community, but it landed badly. Many fans remembered how recently Adam had flaunted his wealth and indulged in attention-grabbing stunts. In the comments, you could see people mocking the revelations of a self-proclaimed millionaire begging for financial support, with viewers pointing out the irony of someone who had monetized every controversy now asking the same audience for rescue. Instead of inspiring sympathy, the video reinforced a growing perception that Adam had mismanaged his empire and was scrambling to patch the holes with whatever attention he could muster. By early 2025, Adam22's craving for quick money and headline-grabbing antics took a new form: cryptocurrency. In February 2025, he announced with a grin that he was entering the crypto world, teasing his first-ever meme coin on the Solana blockchain. The token carried a name as provocative as everything else in his career: CuckCoin, a wink at the cuck persona he had cultivated through Plug Talk and public jokes about his wife's on-camera escapades. Fans, curious and amused, watched as he hyped the launch across social media.
And I am coming to the crypto world, dropping my first ever meme coin. So make sure you stay tapped in. It's dropping on Solana ASAP.
When CuckCoin went live, trading activity surged. Early buyers hoped to ride a viral wave, and for a few frantic hours it looked like a gold rush. But almost as quickly as the price spiked, it collapsed to near zero. Behind the scenes, insiders who had received early allocations of the coin dumped their holdings, cashing out while everyday fans were left with worthless tokens. The crash wiped out hundreds of thousands of dollars in collective investments and turned the joke into a bitter lesson for anyone who had trusted Adam's promotion. Adam tried to play ignorant and act like he didn't know what was happening.
I was scammed.
You were scammed?
Listen, someone told me that they had a bag for me to promote a crypto token. I guess I didn't process initially that it was going to be perceived as like me starting a crypto token. When it was proposed to me, they told me Moneybag Yo just did this. He didn't have any significant amount of backlash. The Baby just did this. He didn't have any significant amount of backlash. Here's a couple other rappers that are set to do this in the next couple days. I take the payment. Then I look at the text that they want me to post, and I think that it was a little bit outside of the realm of what I should have posted. I think I should have made it more clear that this was merely a project that in my heart of hearts, as a non-crypto guy, I was excited about. I think I should have made it more clear that this was not something that I had that I had created out of thin air. I didn't realize, I guess in so many words what I'm saying, I didn't realize it was going to be labeled the Cuck token.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you. So you signed up for something called Cuck token and didn't realize this?
I didn't know that it was a Cuck token. I thought it was just a token. I didn't know what the name of it was going to be. I feel like the guy who created it maybe kind of got one over on me right there by naming it the Cuck token. I'm okay with that. That's not the worst thing in the world. And I also had no idea about any sort of nefarious intent. People are saying that this was a rug pull. I didn't know. I didn't realize that this was going to be the same type of thing that I've watched so many CoffeeZilla videos about.
The fallout grew when investigative YouTuber CoffeeZilla published leaked direct messages between Adam and his contacts. The messages showed Adam was well aware of the risks and was primarily motivated by the payout for promoting the coin.
Adam22, the podcaster, just pump and dumped his fans after being warned by me that this would happen. And after telling me what a fan he was a few years ago, saying how bad it is when influencers do these kinds of deals, only now he's doing it. Our story starts in 2021. Best channel of all time, dude. I just finally started watching and I've been hooked. If you ever want to make it to LA, let's do a podcast.
In the DMs, he brushed off concerns, casually referring to his audience as crypto illiterate, and joking about how easy it was to get paid for a single tweet.
In good faith, I reached out. I said, hey, you shouldn't run a coin. It's lame, and you're gonna scam or get scammed. This is what you see a lot. Influencers also will get scammed. They'll think they're doing a fun thing. And then Adam22 says, how else am I gonna afford all this Galaxy gas? I don't know, is that I guess that's a joke. Haha. I have to rob the bank for my Galaxy gas. Okay, whatever. So I tweet him, or I show him that this insider group, this is a sniper group, where they're talking about this coin, and they say, I think we made it already, all eyes on us. They're planning to snipe this coin ahead of time. I say, hey, these guys want to snipe your coin. He said, I don't care. I just got paid to do the tweet. I have nothing to do with it. Oh, really, Adam22? I thought you just said, I'm gonna launch my meme coin.
CoffeeZilla's expose demolished any claim that Adam was an unwitting participant. It painted him as a willing partner in a classic pump and dump scheme. Facing the backlash, Adam tried to rewrite the story. On his podcast, he claimed he had been scammed, insisting he never intended to mislead anyone and that he simply didn't understand the implications of promoting the token. He distanced himself from the developers and deflected responsibility, even as he teased the launch of a revamped 22 token that he promised would make things right. Rather than calming his audience, the suggestion of another coin only deepened the anger, signaling that he had learned nothing from the debacle.
I was scammed.
You were scammed?
Listen, someone told me that they had a bag for me to promote a crypto token. I guess I didn't process initially that it was going to be perceived as like me starting a crypto token. When it was proposed to me, they told me, Moneybag Yo just did this. He didn't have any significant amount of backlash. The Baby just did this. He didn't have any significant amount of backlash. Here's a couple other rappers that are set to do this in the next couple days. I take the payment. Then I look at the text that they want me to post. And I think that it was a little bit outside of the realm of what I should have posted. I think I should have made it more clear that this was merely a project that in my heart of hearts, as a non-crypto guy, I was excited about. I think I should have made it more clear that this was not something that I had that I had created out of thin air. I didn't realize, I guess in so many words what I'm saying, I didn't realize it was going to be labeled the Cuck token.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you. So you signed up for something called Cuck token and didn't realize this?
I didn't know that it was a Cuck token. I thought it was just a token. I didn't know what the name of it was going to be. I feel like the guy who created it maybe kind of got one over on me right there by naming it the Cuck token. I'm okay with that. That's not the worst thing in the world. And I also had no idea about any sort of nefarious intent. People are saying that this was a rug pull. I didn't know. I didn't realize that this was going to be the same type of thing that I've watched so many CoffeeZilla videos about.
The damage to Adam's reputation was very severe. Fans who had already watched him pivot from music journalism to adult entertainment now saw a clear pattern of clout chasing and cash grabs at their expense. Media outlets and longtime viewers criticized him as a scammer willing to exploit his own fan base for a quick payday. The CuckCoin fiasco didn't just dent his credibility, it confirmed, for many, that Adam22's empire was no longer about culture or content at all. It was about extracting every possible dollar, no matter the cost to the people who once made No Jumper a huge force. Another thing that is worth talking about is that at the time, it did not really help that as No Jumper matured from an underground rap platform into a mainstream station, Adam22 was increasingly relying on guests whose notoriety came as much from the streets as from the music. The show became a regular stop for artists and personalities with active gang affiliations, a choice that drew major criticism. Episodes often featured guests openly discussing feuds, neighborhood rivalries, and criminal exploits, material that drove views but carried real-world consequences. Adam rarely interrupted or challenged these confessions, presenting them as authentic street narratives, while enjoying the viral attention they generated.
bags.
Help them and myself all at the same time.
You ain't help shit.
On, man. How you
You ain't help
bitches?
shit.
Come on, man.
I'm helping them.
You're
How
fake
you
as
helping?
Leave
church.
them on meth and
Y'all are
fetish.
haters. Y'all are
Hell.
haters.
Yo, who took care of them braces in your mouth?
Fucking sweater off.
Me.
Huh?
My mom scheduled the appointment.
Your mom did it. You even told me they paid for it. You got good insurance, Orange County.
By 2025, that strategy invited serious scrutiny. After a no-jumper guest made explosive claims suggesting that Los Angeles figure Big U had prior knowledge of Nipsey Hussle's murder, federal agents arrived at Adam's home.
In the building, how you feeling?
I'm good. Blessed.
Moving around, making noise.
Yeah. The pen is at work.
Yesterday, I was really like watching the whole Hip Hop Uncovered. I finished the last 5 episodes because I had only seen the first one, and I'm like, man, this is a good job when I get to watch TV for 5 hours, and that's basically what I have to do to get my job done the next day.
You just finished it?
I had only seen the first 1 or 2 episodes prior.
Everybody's like that.
It's weird. You like
nobody's
yeah.
like they either seen 1, 2, 3, and 4. But no, and a lot of people haven't seen 5 and 6, so they don't see the culmination.
He later recounted how his wife informed him that a man from the FBI was at the door with a subpoena demanding the takedown of the episode. Though Adam quickly involved his lawyer and confirmed he wasn't personally under investigation, the incident showed how his platform had become a magnet for statements with potential criminal implications. Adam publicly denied facilitating crime, insisting that the FBI did come to his house but didn't arrest him. Yet, it was hard to ignore that No Jumper profited every time a clip of gang gossip or violent confession went viral. These clashes over ethics blended with a deeper, ongoing tension about race and cultural ownership. Adam, a white New Englander turned Los Angeles media figure, was a perpetual outsider profiting from black art and black pain, a point his critics made often and loudly. The conflict came to a head during fiery on-air arguments with co-host Almighty Suspect, who questioned Adam's right to speak authoritatively about hip-hop. Suspect, who had grown up immersed in the culture Adam monetized, spoke as Adam defended his credentials through years of interviews and business success. Their debates devolved into shouting matches, with Suspect accusing Adam of treating hip-hop as a commodity, and Adam countering that his dedication and platform gave him the right to an opinion.
About me, how?
No, but what you're doing right now, acting as if
that's the question.
Why I'm talking? Stop talking while I'm talking. You're arguing now that my opinion. Why are you interrupting so much?
Because I want to know the question. You didn't answer the question about me. Do our culture don't live and breathe hip hop? Yes or no? Do it not?
That doesn't make you right in this argument.
No, I'm not saying
just because you've been hanging out at battles.
I'm saying my opinion. We're talking about right. Let me get my opinion.
What does hanging out at battles? Why does hanging out at battles make you a better aficionader on this?
I never said better. Can I get my opinion out?
Why? But you were just hanging out at battles.
Your perception, hanging out at a battle and judging a battle is complete.
The chaos Adam22 cultivated for attention eventually seeped into his closest relationships too, leaving behind a trail of fractured friendships and bitter departures. The most painful break came with Lil House Phone, a co-host and friend from No Jumper's earliest days. Their bond unraveled after Adam recorded an interview with adult performer Gracie Jane, who casually revealed an intimate encounter with House Phone.
So we ended up having her on, and she like very quickly starts throwing House Phone under the bus and saying that they had hooked up, right? And so there was like a little bit of a hint of this because she had left a comment on one of my Instagram posts basically saying like, oh, like your boy House Phone likes me, or I ask your boy House Phone about me. So I had asked him like, what's that about? And he denied it. So I thought there was nothing to it, right? And so then we do the interview with her and she starts trying to throw him under the bus repeatedly. She keeps mentioning the fact that they hooked up or whatever. And I told her, I'm like, I am gonna cut this out because this is awkward. You're putting me in a weird position with one of my hosts, yada, yada. Then I talked to House Phone on the phone. He's still denying it, but he's also making it clear that he wants me to edit it out. So at that point, I'm starting to kind of put it together in my head of like, oh, okay, so there is some truth to this, right? And so my editor, to be fair, had a very daunting challenge.
Adam claimed he tried to edit out the reference, but the final cut made it obvious who she meant. Viewers quickly connected the dots, and House Phone was humiliated in front of millions. On a tense live stream, House Phone confronted Adam, trembling with anger and hurt. He accused Adam of selling me down the river for 40,000 views, explaining that the leak devastated his family and left loved ones afraid he might harm
down the river for 40,000 views,
But you really
50,000
think
views,
that?
bro.
You really think that? Like
Bro,
you actually
permanently altered my life. Do you understand
saw
that?
those text messages and you really
permanently
believe that I did
altered-
that to you on purpose?
I don't believe that you did it on purpose. You handled it poorly afterwards. You didn't hear the sincerity in my voice. You didn't hear the worrisomeness in my voice.
I did, and that's
feel like
why I told them to delete it.
Nigga, you would have deleted the whole fucking interview, Adam.
I mean, in retrospect, yes, I wish we did that.
It's all I wish afterwards. Nigga.
Well, I can't
had
predict
to talk
the
to
future,
my
dude.
sister about
I
it.
know, and
My
you know
sister
how
has
much that bothers
nothing-
me?
My sister has nothing to do with any of this shit, bro.
I agree.
She had to call me because my other family members was worried that I was gonna fucking commit suicide, Adam. You're a piece of shit, bro. I don't give a bro. It don't matter about if you did this on purpose or not. You keep trying to clear your name. You keep trying to put it on other people. You're so you, bro.
Adam apologized, but also tried to defend his actions, insisting it wasn't intentional. The damage was irreparable. This was once a friendship that helped build No Jumper, but ended in public betrayal, with House Phone eventually walking away from the platform altogether.
Have some kind of disrespect for your mom when
You're disrespectful as
I paid for the
First of all-
funeral as soon
first
as
of
it
all-
happened, just because.
Come on, bro. Not here, bro. Not here.
The fallout extended beyond a single friendship. Other longtime collaborators like co-hosts, producers, behind-the-scenes staff left the company citing broken trust and bruised loyalties. Some were tired of the relentless focus on adult content and shock stunts. Others felt Adam's ego and appetite for controversy outweighed any loyalty to the team that had made his success possible. Departures became a pattern, each exit feeding fan speculation that No Jumper was rotting from the inside. Outside the studio, Adam faced the consequences of years spent poking at volatile street politics. He received near-constant death threats and found himself in public confrontations with angry rappers and disgruntled guests. Incidents like the 2017 armed robbery during a live stream and the nail salon ambush by rapper Russ's crew were no longer outliers, but reminders of the danger built into his brand. Armed security became a permanent fixture of his life and work, an acknowledgement that interviews or merchandise drops could turn violent without warning.
Got the shooters, you just ran off Famous Richard, you got the shooter. You
No, he's scary. He didn't want to come in.
That's because you becoming a gang member.
No.
Yeah.
How?
You got people coming up here like right now.
No put on.
You don't know if
Adam seemed to understand the stakes even as he pressed forward. In moments of candor, he admitted, "I'm prepared to die right now," a startling declaration that laid bare the atmosphere he had helped create. What began as a podcast celebrating underground music had become a lightning rod for conflict, and the man at its center was now living with the constant awareness that his pursuit of fame and spectacle had put a target on his back. You see, Adam22's story is inseparable from the rise of internet-driven hip-hop. In the mid-2010s, he was a vital tastemaker, one of the first to recognize and document the SoundCloud wave that produced stars like XXXTentacion, Lil Peep, and Trippie Redd. Through No Jumper, he gave these artists an early platform when few traditional outlets would pay attention, helping launch careers that shaped an entire generation of music. For a time, his interviews felt like dispatches from the future of rap, and fans saw him as a connector who turned underground movements into mainstream phenomena. But the same instincts that made him a trailblazer also became his undoing. Adam built his brand on attention as currency, and once the novelty of underground interviews faded, he chased ever more shocking ways to stay relevant. Explicit adult content with his wife, public stunts like the fake "I'm gay" announcement, and ultimately the ill-fated CuckCoin. Each escalation brought a temporary spike in views, but eroded the trust and credibility that had drawn people to No Jumper in the first place. Today, he stands less as a celebrated curator and more as a symbol of clout chasing and self-destruction. What remains uncertain is whether Adam22 can engineer a second act. He has downsized operations, trimmed staff, and floated the idea of a leaner No Jumper focused once again on music and conversation. Yet the damage to his reputation and the lingering sense that he continues to value shock over substance may be too deep to reverse. Can No Jumper rebound as a smaller, more focused platform? Or is Adam destined to remain a living example of how internet fame eventually devours itself? The answer will depend not only on Adam's choices, but on whether audiences are willing to forget the past.